Hello, my name is Melissa. I'm a registered nurse in critical care and pediatrics. Welcome to my podcast, Salud es Poder. I'm here to help a toda mi gente, a tu abuelita, a tu mamá, a tu papá, everybody. I'm here for you, and through this podcast, I hope to be able to learn the different healthcare barriers that we see within our culture and what it's like to be a first-generation Latino in the United States. Sí se puede. Welcome to my podcast, everyone. I know it's been a while. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself and tell you a little bit about me. Things have been a little bit rough the last few months, but I'm back and I'm hoping to get everything going again and just have fun and learn the different things that we see within our culture. And you'll hear me say a lot from the Mexican culture because that is my background, but all cultures, because it's sometimes we see things a little bit differently when you just grow up a little bit differently. So again, I'm Melissa. I am the oldest of 4 kids. My mom and dad came from Mexico at a young age. So my mom is from Sinaloa and she came when she was 5 years old. And then my dad is from Michoacan and he came a little bit older. I can't tell you the exact age, but they came here. They wanted to find a better life. And so I'm very thankful for that because they went through a lot of tough times and sacrifices. And thanks to their sacrifice, I'm here and I am helping complete that American dream of theirs because I was able to grow up with all the different opportunities that they didn't have. And I'm here to help them complete that dream of theirs. So as I said, I am the oldest. I have a lot of things that throughout these different episodes we'll be talking about. But I have a lot of that first generation Latina guilt per se. I have guilt because sometimes I feel like, I'm not doing things good enough because I should do more. And like I said, we'll talk about things like that through the different podcasts. But as you all know, I grew up with my grandma, Mama Cande, because I am the oldest. My parents were working a lot when I was little. So in order for them to give us a good life, they had to work. And I was a lot with my Mama Cande, who she taught me so many things. She taught me my culture. She taught me, honestly, my religion. I have strong faith in God because of her. I believe I have a really big heart because of her. It's a lot of things that I did with her. Que descanse en paz. She's watching me from heaven, and I'm hoping that she is content with what she helped raise. I have a family of my own. I am married to my husband, Jorge. He always tells me things because I call him George. That's how he introduced himself to me, but it's Jorge. We've been together for quite a while. This is another story I'll tell later on in the future, but we've been together since 2011, so for 14 years this year. But we've only been married for 6 because he took his time to propose. A lot of people that know me know the different times we take trips and whatnot. I was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it didn't happen till 5 years later. But we have 2 babies. They're my world. I may complain and say, oh my God, estas crías me traen loca. But I love them. They're my world and I will do everything for them. So I have my little boy. He's going to be 3 years old tomorrow. He's my baby. And then I have my girl, the girl that made me a mom. She will be 5 years old in May, but I have both of them. And like I said, they're my world. And, throughout these different episodes, we'll talk about what it's like to be a Latina, raising kids, being a wife, and also having to work because that's kind of the culture we grew up in. So my goals with this podcast, I know initially I had started to talk about healthcare, but with all the political things going on, I am not going to get into detail with politics, but I will talk about things that affect us as Latinos. Not only the politics side, but just personal, emotional things, because with the things going on right now in this world, I feel like I have been struggling with I guess you could say my identity. I know who I am. I know what I do. I know what I'm here for. But I struggle because there is this saying, ni de aquí ni de allá. I am Mexican 100%. Those are my roots and I am proud and I will always yell it loud and proud. But we'll talk about things like that because I know I can't be the only person that struggles with these things. The other thing I want to talk about in this podcast is what we call imposter syndrome. In short, it's pretty much a syndrome, a thing that you feel. Me as a Latina, I am a registered nurse in a critical care unit and pediatrics. I see a lot and do a lot. But in my mind, I always think, this is just luck. No soy suficientemente inteligente para estar aquí. Like, it's just luck. I got lucky that I passed my NCLEX exam. I got lucky that I was able to get into nursing school. I downplay the hard work and sacrifices that I have done to get to where I'm at because I just always feel like I'm not good enough. But I know I am. And that's something that I have to repeat to myself constantly because, I mean, look at this. I'm here. I'm a nurse. I am doing this podcast to help all of those around me. Like, I'm good enough. And you are too. Like, I can't be the only person that feels that. In my role as a nurse, I feel like I don't have a lot of mentors. And that's why I want to be a mentor to anyone else, like any first generation college graduates. You could do it. Si se puede. It's hard. You might have to work a little bit more looking for the different things to help you get to where you want. But it's all possible in this world. We just got to put a little bit of time. We're going to be breaking barriers. We're going to be talking about what a usual day for a Latina is, or a Latino, or anyone else, because I welcome everybody that, just feels like they don't belong. Because I feel like that is something that we don't talk about, something that is part of our mental health. And if we don't know how to deal with it, like, it could really do damage to us. So we'll talk about things like that. But all of that, I like to rant a lot. And, maybe my podcast is a good place to do that because you guys will be listening and I won't get interrupted because that was one of my biggest pet peeves. Jackie, my youngest sister, oh my God, she could totally talk about this. I'm the mean sister because every time I'd be talking and she'd come in, hey, what are you talking about? Hey, what is that? Oh, I ask questions like, oh my God, you're so annoying. Don't interrupt. Oh my God, lárgate, déjanos en paz. You're a little kid. Like, so in this podcast, I won't be having that too much because it's just me. But I do want to have guests. I want to open the doors to people that want to talk about their experiences, how they got to where they are now, their experiences in the healthcare field. Maybe they were sick or they had a sick family member, how things went for them, especially if they weren't English speaking. I want to have guests that talk about their journey to the United States because some had tough roads to get here. And obviously, if you don't want people to know who you are or anything, I will keep that anonymous. Like, nobody's got to know. But if you want to share your story, that would be amazing. I'll also be talking a lot about things that I'm going to be doing out in the community. I'm hoping to be able to grow more within our community to help others because este mendigo corazón que yo tengo, like, I have a big heart. Yes, George, my husband, will probably be like, she's a grouch. She's not that nice. But, I trust him. I could be kind of a grouch with him. But I want to do a lot for our people. Like, I feel like we all deserve a chance to be somewhere. We all deserve that chance to kind of achieve those dreams and goals that we have. And it's really hard in this world, I feel. Especially, I'll talk a lot about my home, California. I mean, my family's still there. George and I always talk about, like, if we're ever going to go back. I don't know. I don't know what the future will bring, but it's very different growing up in California where it's a lot more diverse versus rural Nebraska. Like, the culture here in Lexington, I think a lot of us come and like, no, we just got to work, just trabajar, comprar una casa y estar callados, nada más puro trabajar. And no, that's one of my biggest things. Yes, I work a lot. Some people are like, oh my God, you're always working. Yes, I do work a lot, but I work a lot because there's things that I want to achieve and things I want to do for my kids. But it's not just about work. Like, you got to enjoy life. Your mental health is very important. And I feel like that's something that we'll be talking about. But anyways, yeah, that is what I plan on doing with this podcast. And I hope you guys put in time and listen in and comment critiques. It's okay. Like, I am open to things that, if you're like, oh my God, you talked so much in this last podcast, you were up and down and we didn't know what you were talking about. Tell me. I don't know what I don't know. And so I can't make it better. So don't be afraid to come out and visit and let's talk. I'm down for chismeando. Like, we could do a little chismear on this podcast. I will say I'm not going to sit here and make episodes where I talk about someone, put out people's names or things like that, because that's not what I'm about. I ultimately want to help. Again, I am a Latina, first generation Mexican American. I'm a registered nurse. Proud to say that I'm part of that 9% of Latinos in healthcare. And I want that to grow. I want us to show what we are here for. Sí se puede. Venimos para triunfar. And that's what I want to make all of this about. So yeah, I talked about a lot in this episode. But again, that kind of gives you an idea of who I am and how I am. But thank you guys for listening. I hope to have you guys listen in on our next episode, and we shall continue to achieve our dreams here. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Please continue to listen in. Again, you can find me on Spotify. If you guys have any questions, any requests, anything, don't be afraid to send me an email at saludespoder24. Let me spell that out. SALUDESPODER24 at gmail.com, and I will be replying. See you next time.